Hello YouTube, my name is Zach and I'm a Ruby developer. In this video I'm going to go over a new Ruby on Rails application that I built. It's called BeerMe. As you can see up here, the web address is github.com/zachscodingclub/beer-me. So what is this? It's a basic Ruby on Rails application that allows a user to keep track of the beers that they drink. Whether you like them or don't like them, you can keep a rating and a comment. Um, it has users that can sign in. You can sign in through Facebook. You can add beers. You can check in beers. And you can also view everybody else's beers once you're logged in. And so to get started here, I'm going to go ahead and get this code onto my computer. All right, so I don't have it already. I'm just double checking. And I'm just going to follow the instructions here. I'm already basically in the right directory. I need to go ahead and clone my Git repository. And then now that that's done, I can go ahead and move into the Git repository and go ahead and type bundle install to make sure all my gems and dependencies are correct. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and open a new Atom just in case I need to look at the code for anything. And let's see, after I run bundle install, then the instructions say to seed the database. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I believe this is just, I think I made this so it's just some sample data just so that the user experience on startup exists. Oh wait, yes, so I actually need to run my migrations. I was used to running this previously. So let me go ahead and run the migrations, which will get all my database schema set up, and then now that that's done, I can go ahead and run rake dbseed. This is going to add some sample data so that the user experience exists. I don't have to add everything in. Go ahead and just show that real quick, what the seeds look like. Here we go, rake dbseed looks like it's done. So I clean out the database here, then I create some users, create some beers, create some check-ins here, and then I also save some of the users that had check-ins. That way it sticks to the database. All right. With that said, looks like the seed went through, so I'm going to go ahead and run the server using Rails S and get that going. All right, now with that said, got that open. I'm going to go ahead and open up a incognito browser. That way I can take advantage of the OmniAuth Facebook feature. But first, let's go ahead and all right, there we go. Took a little while to get going, maybe the first time around. So first things first, I'm going to go ahead and do a user sign up because that's how a new user would hit this page. So on this page, we got a bunch of different options here for a user to fill out, or they can sign up, or they can log in, or you can sign in with Facebook. First things first, I'm going to go through this sign up as a regular user. So if there's nothing in there, I can just click sign up and it says, all right, there are 5 errors. Username can't be blank, first name can't be blank, last name can't be blank, etc., etc. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this information out. Let's see. I'll go ahead and do it again just to kind of show, all right, that the validations and the errors work here. Test name, and we're going to do test at name.com. And I can just make a password here, another password there. And that should sign us up here. Oh, I hit enter, so let me go ahead and click that. And yay, we got a little welcome message here. And then this takes us to kind of the root path, which is a list of all the beers. This is, in no particular order. Actually, I think it is in a particular order. I do believe it is in, yeah, as far as user, or as far as the beer ID goes, they are listed from 1, ascending. And we have a beer here. Beer has a link, beers/ID, which is a 1 for this example. And Mangrove Pale Ale, brewed by Oyster City Brewing Company. It doesn't look like there are any recent check-ins. So let me go ahead and add a beer here. That way, you know, we'll see what it looks like. I'm just going to do an old-fashioned beer that I like down here from Florida. It's called High Life. It is an IPA, and it is made by Cigar City Brewing. I'm going to go ahead and leave that Cigar City Brewing off real quick just so I can show some page validations here. Oh, can't. Okay, one error. Brewery can't be blank. All right, cool. Now go ahead and create the beer. Great. Now then it redirects us to the beer show page. And from here, since I just made the beer, nobody's really checked it in yet. And there's not really a whole lot else on this page. At this point, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and show you check-ins. So here are a couple check-ins that have already happened. So these are from the seeds. And so you can see right here, Kentucky Breakfast Stout, brewed by Founders Brewing. Zach's Drinking Club here gave it a 10 out of 10 and said that it was an amazing beer. From here, there's not as many, a whole lot of links, but you can click through to go look at the beer. And so this will show some beer information here, and then also the recent check-ins from the beer, user check-ins of that beer. And now let's go back here, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a check-in just to show the workflow here. Let's go ahead and pretend it's, let's look at some validations here. Oh, hey, we got two sets of validations. So what we have here is a nested form. So if this ends up being, the value for this ends up being blank, or, if we don't make any selection here, then the form will get the data from here, create a new beer, and then add in the rating, and then you can add in a comment below. I'm going to go ahead and work through both workflows, and then I'm going to circle back to the Facebook OmniAuth. So next up I'm going to do, let's see, what a regular check-in. We can do first light of day, and I'll call it a 6. Not going to add a comment yet. That's fine. Okay, great. So here's a check-in. It's a nested comment, it's a nested resource. The user has check-ins, has many of them. So user ID 4 has check-in number 4. And as you can see, I can click on the first light of day there. It takes me to a beer show page, which includes a little information. Now I can go to create another new beer. I'm going to do something that is a local beer to here. It's a Scuba IPA, and it is made by Naval Brewing. And for this beer, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 7, and add a comment here. Local beer's the best. It's always fresh, right? So now I can go ahead and click Add Check-in. This creates a check-in here. And so user 4, check-in 5 ID. All right, and then so here we can click on the Scuba, or we can go back to the check-in page. So the Scuba here, you can see that. Let's see. I also have about and contact pages. Didn't really include anything on them. It's kind of whatever at this point. Let me go ahead and look at one other thing here, since I know this test has beers checked in. So now I can look at test names profile, this user profile, and it shows their most recent check-ins. I think it's the most recent 5. And then it also will include a link to their highest rated beer. So that's pretty cool. The last cool feature that I added to this was adding in Facebook authentication using OmniAuth. So there are 2 ways you can do it here. You can go through the login, and instead of clicking on either these email password, you can just do sign in with Facebook. And here I'll go ahead and use my info. Come on. There we go. And now I can log in here. As you can see, that initiated a request phase down here. Started a get call command. Oh, hey, there we go. Looks like everything happened correctly, and the callback phase was initiated. We got all the params back. It hit the database, and now we have a new user. So looks like it's successfully authenticated from Facebook account. So that's nice too, and you can look at the profile here. And one of the things, whenever you create an account just directly from Facebook, it just uses your email address as your username. But of course, that could be changed. At this point, I'm kind of done showing off the application, and I can kind of see the next things up on my list here are to build out some tests. Go beyond the basic Bootstrap site, which at this point in my curriculum, I don't even think we've learned how to do Bootstrap for Rails, but I added it in, and I think it'd be nice to customize it beyond these basic, it's a basic Bootstrap site. That's what this is. And beyond that, I would also like to add some attributes to the check-ins. So, for example, a user could add a photo, and then like a check-in could have many likes, and then users could have a like on a check-in. So I don't know exactly how to build out that association yet, but that is something that's possible in the future. And also I'd like to add some attributes to the beer. We can include like the label or like the official logo of that beer as provided by the company, and also the ABV. And then the last to do on my list is to extract the brewery information to its own class and then wire up the associations there. That's kind of like the next step. Let's see if am I still, all right, I'm going to go ahead and log in here real quick. Let's see if this works. All right, yeah. So the next thing is I would like to really, like I said, extract these brewers out so that I can do I could click on an Oyster City Brewing Company and then take me to a brewer's show page. And then from the brewer's show page, I could get basic info about the company, their website, other beers. A brewery's going to have many beers, and beers are going to belong to a brewery, etc. But with that, I think I've kind of explained all the aspects of this application, and I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great day.